My name is Rhapsody and welcome back to Aethermancer. This build is the Domo Void build. We have Eloise in our party, and we are doing anything to make it work. Monster Chef, of course, supplying cooking stacks when we use actions that do not consume cooking stacks, and then eventually all those cooking stacks turn into 4 burn on target per consumed stack. We also just picked up Quicken. For every 15 healing this monster receives or applies to allies. Apply Psychic to self. Yeah. That Psychic is going to be additional actions. It's going to be good. Circuits. And Grimoire. Ooh. Zoe. Tank, Ether, and Age. You do make sense in this build. Sidekick, heal, and summon on Gibberish also not bad. We'll see if I get away with my current body, but with 17 corruption already on Eloise starting the area, sure, I'm a little concerned. Who wouldn't be? Give me your teeth, man. Give me your teeth. Water or wind? Which of these actions do I more consistently need to generate ether for? Wind? Ooh. Damn it! I was about to say, can I get all of the upgrades from this floor before having to fight an enemy? Do I have? I don't know if I have you yet. Oh no, I do. Unfortunately, I do already have shifted Nosferatu. Is the name of the creature? Minus Matthew. Yeah, we're just gonna have to do resource generation on this first turn, unfortunately. I want to be able to set up a void next round. Element of fire, that's perfect. I use Fire Charm as a free action, generating 3 wild ether. Good lord, even more than I was expecting. I'll light beam all of the enemies, heal all of my allies for 22 apiece, allowing me to get some additional sidekick on Eloise, but also Starspawn's Blood Pact has now seen 100 healing. At the end of your turn, deals a water hit to all enemies, damages 1 for every 4 healing. So about 25 damage to all enemies just at the end of this turn. I'll try out the boiling soup because it's a lot of damage. Oh boy. The enemy tried to attack and then died immediately. Yeah, boiling soup is pretty powerful, as it turned out. Windfall. Heals all allies 2/3. Oh, no, give me Firebolt. 1/9 fire damage against target enemy. Consumes all fire and wild ether to deal +4 damage and 1 poise damage for each. This is going to be really good direct target damage to single enemies. And it only considers fire and... Oh! Insane. Eloise, we're going to upgrade your meteorite. Now it'll give you shield for 2 every time you use a support action, as well as water generator and fire generator. So your basic attacks generate one additional both water and fire. It's so much ether. I haven't even used this challenge yet. Yeah, I mean, every which way this should be Eloise. Oh, no, it shouldn't. Right, because Eloise already has corruption. And I want not to. Yeah, that was a bad move. Regeneration Bloom. A free action that applies regeneration to all allies. Solar Ray. Interesting. 4/4 fire wind against target enemy. Also applies 4 burn and 3 weakness to the target. But it's single target. Vampiric Seed, 3/2 water earth. Some good coverage on that. And also heals all allies 2/3, which is 2/3. Sorry, 2/5 rather. So that's 30 overall. So it gives us 2 stacks of sidekick to use that. No, it's not really like Eloise is having trouble with the stacks of sidekick. I'm going to take Regeneration Bloom. Get him with the bloom. Grimoire's the only one I'm scared of. That's certainly the first we should address. Dust Grasp for some additional weakness, as well as additional wilds. I'll do that. Regeneration Bloom. And then a straight up basic attack. It generates 5 ether. It generated 5 ether in response. Good lord. Firefang, ready to start staggering here. Oh, never mind. Ready to stagger as it turns out. I'm going to do the AoE damage, actually. I mean, I do like boiling soup. Regeneration Bloom for even more supports. Heck, I'll go all the way to Invigorate. Why not? A little bit of additional weakness, and then I'll stop the top line enemy with a sidekick trigger. Oh, right. I did forget the water hit against all enemies was probably going to do a lot of work there. Big old light beam, and then a boiling soup as well. Even more burn damage. Get him. All right, all right. Actually, we may have rounded the corner here. We're doing serious stuff. Oh, Sorthil experience. Hell yeah. Levels up before the next fight. Heal target ally 3x5. Give 3 temporary power to target. 3x7 fire earth against target enemy and apply sidekick to self. On interrupt, apply power to allies. I want to take this just because it's a big hit. And I am going to want a big hit or two. Manage wind on the first turn. We can definitely do that. Actually, let's start with Fire Charm. Get a basic attack. We're attacking each of us once. It's not so bad. I'll stagger the unit that's trying to attack top line because I really don't want to deal with additional damage there. Throw a boiling soup out on that field. I can Comet Rush and we'll take a couple troops down. Unfortunately, those are the same troops that were going to die to the AoE at the end of the turn. But it's not like I could have done a huge amount to Doma Boy, unfortunately. Fire Charm as well as base attack generates so much ether. Doma Boy, does your base attack generate 5 ether? Yeah, it does. It generates 2 water and 3 fire, which means it has to generate a wild, because every 3rd fire generated is wild by default here, so that's handy. Got auras coming out next level. Definitely the thing I'm most excited about. Gimme Cook. Additional perks, additional defensive perks ideally as well. Can't give it to Eloise. It's got to be Sorathil or Starspawn. I think it's got to be Sorathil. Starspawn, actually. Damn, another defense +1 on action. 33% chance to apply power to self. Not bad. Yeah. Let's just have that by default. Probably take out Nosferatu first here. Ooh, everyone wants to attack Domovoy on the top line. How dare you? What if you didn't instead? What if you considered not? I'm gonna weaken the Domovoid just in case it does manage to get that attack out on the field. Gentle allies. That's another one, and then a base attack. All of this is just set up for next turn. So glad Mephisto did basically nothing there. Hey, that could have been bad. Yeah, give me Jewel Charm. Care about water this turn. Get Regeneration Bloom. And yeah. Boiling Soup. Unfortunately, I staggered you before I applied the burn, so you didn't get all that additional juicy burn damage. Managed to trim it down to just your Domovoy versus my Eloise. I think we'll have the edge on this one. Actually, if Domovoy just base attacks here, I think that generates enough ether for us to just firebolt directly. 41 straight up damage, that'll do it. Did Domovoy manage to avoid Eloise? Did you dodge all the hits this fight? Oh. Is Beacon, regeneration healing +2, cool. Aura, when one or more regeneration stacks are consumed by an ally, consume a burn stack on a random enemy to apply another regeneration stack to the ally. That seems really good, but unfortunately it relies on me having burn on the enemy, which is not something I'm currently actually doing very effectively. On attack, heal the ally with the lowest health by 2/4. Oh, that happens on your sidekicks as well. Which means it would cause additional sidekick gain. Again, though, I don't think sidekick is something that's difficult for you to gain that much of. I mean, regen healing +2 is just a lot of healing. I'm going to take that, but only... Yeah, I'm going to take that, but I really need something to interact with it directly for it to be relevant. Ether Breath. For every 20 ether consumed by allies, apply 2 power to this monster and trigger an attack against all enemies for 3/2 wild damage. Yes, please, Starspawn. That's the AoE we need from you. Drop a Soul Lantern for some additional Domo health. I mean, I wanted to sneak past y'all, but I'll take the fight. Is that sidekick already up? Won't have water. That's fine. I can have 2 fire ready, I guess. So I really want to take a free action before I then follow up with basic attack. What is it Sorathil's doing down there again? Why? How are you healing? Power generator. Healing Hex. Then whenever an enemy's weakness is consumed, heal the ally with the lowest health for 3. Yeah, that's good. Drop a Jewel Charm. Very expensive, but I can afford it. Might beam all the enemies. We end up with a stagger at the end as well. Oh. Okay. That's enough for us now to trigger Ether Breath. Bunch of damage to everyone and staggering the unit that I gave the burn to, causing them to die. Also, at the end of this turn, we do 24 damage to all enemies, so... 24? Excuse me? It said 51. Oh, I guess the enemy was vulnerable as well. Fast metabolism. On attack, if this monster has 2 or more regeneration, apply sidekick to self, trigger regeneration on self, and then consume another regeneration stack. Contagion. Weakness reduction +1. That's actually really cool. It reduces 4 damage from each hit rather than 3. Also, Aura. Whenever an enemy's weakness is consumed, 50% chance to apply weakness to another random enemy. It's cool. Fast Metabolism gives us a bunch of a bunch of sidekick stacks for free on Sorathil, which I think is pretty hard to ignore. 2 skill rerolls. Thank you. Good equipment, good equipment, good equipment. Tea of Many Spices, +1 artifact. That's the generate random ether. Yeah, heal and shield them for 7 as well. Cool. Pretty powerful. Suppose I should probably focus on Dark Elder first. I know the least about it. I'm probably most scared of it. Everyone wants to attack top line here. Got a weakening. Get all the additional generate on the field. I'm not thrilled about it, but it's okay. Yeah, it could have been a lot worse. At least we had some good weakness to try and mitigate the incoming. Alright. I mean, Light Beam's already viable, so you see that. Actually, I'm going to take advantage of already having some fire before we start here. And a bunch of additional regen. And then some additional sidekick would certainly be nice. Keep the weakness on the target that looks like it's about to be the most threatening. Light Beam staggers and also kills two of them. Because we did enough wild ether to gain the damage and do the AoE, which caused more sidekick triggers. Good lord. That's 7 cooking stacks on Domovoy already. And unfortunately, it's not relevant. I'd love it to be. 28 burn on turn 3 there? Yeah, start of turn 3. I mean, it's certainly worth noting that Beacon's not doing anything right now. And until I get, like, some additional burn support, it won't. I'm probably going to have to reroll that. Though I think I should go for the boss first again. Because the next... Like, I could get, like, Burn Wave immediately after this. And then suddenly, you know, it's much more accessible to have burn on all the enemies. Of course, in boss fights, we do have burn on you. You chose wind, annoyingly. I chose earth. So because of that, we'll probably end up slow playing the first couple turns. I can hit an easy fire charm. I also really like the idea of getting additional regen, invigorate on everyone. I'm gonna use a tea of many spices. Use some additional weakness. Lowering the incoming damage of these base attacks a little bit. As well as getting heals every time the enemy tries it. Yeah, I'm 100% throwing Light Beam at you this turn. It triggers a sidekick, and it triggers a sidekick. Regeneration, Bloom for the additional regeneration, and then honestly, I should just use a base attack here because we get so many resources out of it. Firefang sets up regenerate, sidekick, but it also sets up a second sidekick. Interesting. That's not in the middle of their attack, right? I mean, it's in the middle of their 2 attacks. It's not in the middle of the 1 Lava Surge attack, though. I thought Lava Surge had another wave to come out on me. Very glad that's not the case. I'm scaling my power, which is nice. We are going to get more powerful, but it still feels bad. Yeah, I want a Comet Rush. Oh wow, I can even do it with Dust Grasp right now. Oh, right. Because it's Ether Breath doing the damage. And then additional sidekicks trigger. Okay, give me Fire Charm regen, please. Then I want a Boiling Soup 'em. Gotta get that burn on him for the damage I need. Jewelry Charm is unfortunately only 3 shielding. It's all I could really access. Gotta get that sidekick up. Hell yeah, Light Beam can give enough healing to give a unit sidekick and then trigger the same sidekick on them. More like 200 damage on the enemy that turn, I think. I just gotta keep you weak. I mean, Firebolt's obviously looking pretty appealing right now. The enemy's not surviving 2 more turns. I can use Regeneration Bloom this turn. Maybe it's just resource generation. Hit you with a standard basic attack. Kills a sidekick. Then Firebolt for 80 damage. Sidekick. I'm pretty sure already our Blood Pact kills you at the end of the turn now. Why don't I finish you myself? Okay, this... Every time I think this party is falling apart, it's like, no, 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 no. I'm actually way better than you think I am. Eloise. This is literally, wow. There's Burn Wave, so literally the thing I was talking about, but also Bonfire, dedicated support action, heals all allies for 2x5, which is 2 sidekick to you. And also, it gives 2 burn to all enemies. And that burn can be used to gain the additional regen stacks. Snow support's also pretty good. It applies Psychic to self, but a large amount of the value of Snow support is the fact that it applies Psychic to self. I already apply Psychic to self courtesy of the Quicken healing, so I don't need that. Bonfire is... I mean, Fire Charm is already really good. I think Bonfire is more impactful than Invigorate, honestly. Healing Brew. Oh, Energy Charm. Energy Charm's a way better free action than Breeze. It's literally heal target 2x4 instead of 3x6. Sure, target generates a random ether rather than a wild ether. Fine, but it's a free action. Honestly, just a free action that the Starspawn can use. Huge. Oh, a rare Ocarina. Okay. This is interesting. It's got Water and Wild Generator as well, so basic attacks generate an additional Wild Ether. Which, to be fair, the Fire Generator is already generating Wild Ether, but it doesn't have to. And using a support action heals the ally with low self for 7. I mean, honestly, maybe Starspawn should just hold that. Because your hit +1 is fine at best. And Eloise really having the ability to set up the Wild Ether is really important for Starspawn, so I do want to keep that. Okay, so we'll head back here. Beacon is currently really good for generating a giant amount of regeneration stacks, and those regeneration stacks generate Sidekick. For every 3 power applied to allies, generate 1 random ether. That's not necessary at this point. It's one of the slowest ways we get power. Events, reroll a trait on Sorathil. Power generator. Support attacks. On support action, deal a 3 damage hit to a target enemy and trigger on it. What? Remarkable. Momentum. Every 3 attacks apply power to self. And Warlock Party. On support action from any ally, we do like 3 of these a turn at least. Apply 2 weakness distributed among enemies with the lowest amount of weakness. Perfect. Unfortunately, we've still got a lot of corruption on Eloise after we clear here. Intriguing. I like the plus hit on Sorathil, but it's not essential. Tome. On single target attack, apply 2 weakness. Increase shielding of each shield on allies by 1, fire generator, and wild conversion. There's also a chain, single target attacks, purge. Yeah. Lance. Convert the first hit of each attack into wild damage. I have to assume that that will work on sidekick attacks, which will make sidekick attacks pretty ridiculous. But I think the amount of weakness that you can apply with all of your responses now is going to be so good. Damage an enemy, steal an ether. Yep. And blank memento, do I have one at the moment? Because if I don't have one, I have 2? Okay, I'm not going to need 2 in the next area. I'll take a bonus experience instead. Dang, Sorathil didn't level up. But we do only have 12 corruption left on Eloise. It could be a lot worse. Let's find out how much worse it's going to get for the enemies in the next episode. Until then, though, my name is Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Aethermancer. Top left is a series playlist for all my content on the game, past, present, and future. YouTube recommendations down below. Streaming past and the names of the people so generously supporting the Republic on patreon.com/RhapsodyPlays. Add above the thank tier, and a special thanks to this episode to Sorathil. Hopefully you'll have been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully see you all next time.